Shalom. Tomorrow is the 14th day of the month of Adar. Purim starts in all of Israel except in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem it starts on the 15th day of the month of Adar because Jerusalem is a walled city. All this is based on the book of Esther. The book of Esther is one of the last books to be canonized, both for the Jewish canon and also for the Christian canon. The reason is the name of God and God does not get mentioned in the book of Esther. And this is exactly what makes the book of Esther one of the most important books in the Bible. The reason is because most of the time God functions behind the scenes. Not all of us and not most of us ever get a revelation, a vision from God. God doesn't talk to us personally unless on very rare occasion with very special people. But God functions all the time. He intervenes in the affairs of men. And most of the time is like the Greeks called it Deus ex machina. God behind the scenes is working. And the book of Esther is one of the best and most important books in the Bible exactly for this reason. Even though God is not mentioned, all the actors in the book of Esther are human beings like me and you. Some are good, some are bad. Some are, like in the movie, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it is in the book of Esther. It's a drama, it's a spy story, it is a conspiracy story, it is a love story, it is all the elements of Hollywood are in the book of Esther. But God behind the scenes is pulling the strings of the king, of his servants, of Mordechai. He gives opportunity to Mordechai to see things and to hear things that at the beginning Mordechai is not sure what to do with it. But he does the right thing. He's a righteous Jew. Mordechai Tzaddik, Mordechai Yehudi. He's a righteous Jew and he wants to do what is right. And Mordechai is willing to pay the price to do what is right to save his people. The king is a politician, is like a puppet between himself, his servants, his ministers, and above all the prime minister of Iran, of Persia, Mr. Haman. Could be Hamenei if you wish, the same name. And Hamenei wants to wipe out the Jewish nation from the Persian Empire that used to be one of the greatest empires of the world. That's why people in Kazakhstan and in Uzbekistan and in other countries are speaking a kind of vernacular Persian language, Farsi, because Persia was a great empire. And Haman wanted to wipe out the Jews from the empire. He doesn't know there is a God that controls everything. Esther, a Jewish beautiful girl, a niece of Mordechai, is placed in a position that her beauty serves her and in the end serves the nation of Israel. She's placed in a position to become one of the queens of Artaxerxes, Hachashverosh in Hebrew, and is put in the palace, in the harem of the palace, together with many other women. And her beauty, given to her by God, serves in the end to get the favor of the king and to become a tool in God's hands to bring salvation to the Jewish people. And the best part of the book of Esther is that in the end, the evil people get punished and the righteous get exonerated, get honored, and get placed in a high position. And the big miracle is that twice in the book of Esther it says, and the Jews did not plunder their enemies' property. They remained godly and righteous and miraculously didn't touch any of the plunder of their enemies. So the book of Esther is very important. Purim is very important. We celebrate it in Israel and every Jewish community in the world as one of the most important holidays for the community because it's a holiday of joy, it's a holiday of exchanging gifts, it's a holiday of good food, it's a holiday of release. The interesting thing is that at the same time that Purim is celebrated in Israel, just before that, the Christian world celebrates Carnival. The celebration has some similarities, but a lot of difference. May God bless all of you, and may you enjoy to read, to study, and to understand God's way of dealing in history, most of the time behind the scenes. If you understand the book of Esther, you look around you, you look at the politics, you look at the world events, maybe you can see the finger of God touching your life now. May God bless you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Please continue to stand with Israel and with Netivyah and help us do the will of God and serve the Jewish people here in this land. In Yeshua's name, Amen.